that crowd. You guys were all awesome. I mean, greatly appreciate everything you did for getting us through, and for the girls, your efforts on the court, outstanding. I mean, the leadership all you guys showed and how you made the community look, really proud of you, and thank you very much. And this, of course, will take us into Mr. Logan Weber, and he's got some words of wisdom for you.
Gotta turn my mic on, sorry. What's up? Oh, come on, man, that was so lame. I said, what's up? Yeah, there you are, man. I am so excited to be here, to hang out with you guys. Congrats to the girls basketball team for kicking butt and taking names. Keep it up. What round are y'all in? Yo, so y'all are heading to regionals now. This is round 1 of regionals. How many rounds are there? 2. So y'all gonna win it all? Yeah. Yeah, that's what's up. That's what's up. I love it. Man, I am so excited to be here. I cannot stand. Quick question for you. Before we get started. Is it okay to laugh and learn at the same time? Yeah. Good, good. I want to have some fun with y'all. I want to have some. I don't want to do one of those boring sit and get talks. You know what I mean by that? You know, you show up, you sit, and you get, and then you go back to class. I don't want to do that. That sounds lame. I want to have a good time with y'all. So this morning, this talk called the X Factor, we're going to be talking about some leadership strategies. Now that sounds kind of lame, right? Oh, I don't want to talk about leadership. I ain't no leader, bro. I just show up, I kind of do my thing. I got my friends, I head home, but I ain't no leader, bro. I believe every single one of you in this room is a leader. And we're going to look at leadership from a very different perspective this morning. Typically when we talk about leadership, we're talking about title, authority, ownership, seniority, responsibility, right? I don't want to talk about any of that. I define leadership with one word. Leadership is influence. Your words, your actions, your attitudes, your social media posts, the way you go about your business, the way you interact with each other, all influences everyone in this school in either a positive or a negative way. Therefore, every single one of you in this room is a leader. And so what we're going to do this morning is we're going to talk about four strategies that you can apply to your life today. They're super freaking easy, that you can apply to your life today to help you be a more positive leader, influencer, and bring about positive results to your life. Does that sound good? Dope. All right. Let's start with the game. I can't think of a better way than to start with the game. I need 3 volunteers. Raise your hand if you want to be a volunteer. Okay, front row. Yep. You. Come on down. All right. Shh. Okay, what's your name? Nick. What's up, Nick? Everyone say, what's up, Nick? What's up, Nick? All right, Nick, you're going to be contestant number 1. What's your name? Emilio? From Spain. How long have you been here? Nice. You like it? That's what's up. Emilio, you're going to be contestant number 3. Everyone say, hola, Emilio. Hola. All right, what's your name? Lisa? Nisa. My bad. Nisa, you're going to be contestant number 2, all right? Contestant number 1 is Nick. Contestant number 2 is Nisa. Contestant number 3 is my man Emilio. Got it? Okay, y'all come with me. I'm from Atlanta, Georgia. I was just there for the Super Bowl. It was awesome. Well, the game sucked, but everything else was cool. I've flown in a hermetically sealed, soundproof booth that I'm going to have y'all stand in, because I don't want you to hear anything I'm about to tell everyone else. It's right out here in this office. It's invisible, but you're going to stand there. Hang out right there. You have to sit there. Close these. Make sure they don't run away. All right. Okay, I don't have a soundproof booth. I don't even know what that is, or if I could actually get one. probably like $1 million, which I don't have. Okay, but I don't want them to hear what I'm about to say, so be quiet, pay close attention. Congratulations on not volunteering to play the game. We're gonna mess with them. We're gonna make them feel real awkward and uncomfortable. Now, we're not gonna be mean, okay? It's gonna be fun. We don't have to be mean. We can have fun with it and they're still gonna feel awkward, okay? Does that sound good? Okay, check this out. Shh. Y'all got a couple of jobs to do. Job number one, when they come in here, I want you to scream at the top of your freaking lungs like Adam Levine just took his shirt off again like he did in the Super Bowl, okay? Now, it doesn't serve any purpose for the game, but just you screaming and cheering for them will just make them feel more awkward as they walk in here one at a time. So then when I tell you to stop, I want you to stop. Got it? Thumbs up if you got it. Boom. All right. Job number two. This one's the most important. Shh. When they come up here one at a time, I want you to be thinking about how you would be thinking and feeling if you were in their shoes and you were the one up here in the front of the crowd. Does that make sense? So I want you to think of some descriptive adjectives, how you would be feeling if you were them, okay? And then job number three, also important, don't help them. Don't influence their decision making. We can laugh at them because it'll be funny, most likely, but don't help them. Don't tell them what to do. Let them make the decisions for themselves. Okay, does that sound good? You got all three jobs? Okay, who's first? Nick? All right. Who wants to be my security guard? Okay, you in the gray shirt. Nick, thank you so much for volunteering to play this game, bro. I so appreciate it. Man, I work with 50,000 students a year, so I'm in a ton of schools, and every time I ask for volunteers, a lot of times I get a bunch of deer in the headlights staring right back at me. I'm looking around. And you jump right up, man. I so appreciate it. Here's how the game works. It's really easy. If I had a ball, a baseball, a basketball, a soccer ball, a football, a golf ball, a tennis ball, a beach volleyball, I'd give it to you, but I don't have one. I just have this piece of paper. So I'm going to crinkle it up. We're going to pretend this is a ball. And then all I want you to do is take it, throw it, and hit the target. Give it up for Nick. Great job. Okay, remember, what do you think he was thinking? What do you think he was feeling when I told him what to do? And he kind of decided for himself what he wanted to do. Okay, who is next? Nisa. Am I saying that right? Nisa? All right, Landon, go grab Nisa. Get ready, get ready. Nisa, thank you so much for volunteering. I so appreciate it. That's okay. You got picked. So now let's play. So here's how the game works. If I had a ball, baseball, basketball, soccer ball, I'd give it to you, but I don't have one. I just have this piece of paper. So we're going to crinkle it up. We're going to pretend this is a ball. All I want you to do is take it, throw it, and hit the target. Okay, time out. It's okay, here you go. Okay. Nisa, thank you so much for volunteering to play the game. Let me give you the directions again. Here's how the game works. If I had a ball, a baseball, a basketball, a soccer ball, I'd give it to you. But I don't have one. I just have this piece of paper. So all I want you to do is take it. Is that your throwing hand? Okay, now throw it and hit the target. My brother. Here's how the game works. Super easy. If I had a ball, a baseball, a basketball, a soccer ball, a football, I'd give it to you, but I don't have it. I just have this piece of paper. I'm going to crinkle it up. We're going to pretend this is a ball. Emilio, all I want you to do is take it, throw it, and hit the target. Just hit the target. Boom! Great job! Give it up for Emilio. My man. Yeah, it's easy. You can go have a seat. Give it up for Emilio. Give it up for all three volunteers. Emilio, Nick, and Nisa kind of hate my guts right now because they had a blank screen and they were just kind of looking around. And Nick didn't even hesitate. He was like, yeah! And then he went and had a seat. Give it up for Landon, our security guard. Thank you, brother. Alright, so what the heck was the point of that game? Y'all, the first... Actually, let's break it down real quick. Let's break it down. So, I asked for three volunteers. They come up. I introduce myself to them. I send them out in the hall in my sound booth where they're not going to be able to hear me, which of course didn't exist. And then I bring them back in here one at a time. Landon brings Nick in. Y'all start cheering. He's like Rocky Balboa, ready to go. Oh yeah, thank you. Let's get this, I got this. He's fired up, he's ready to go. I'm like, you ready? Yeah! All right, bro, you're ready. I explain the game. Take the ball, throw it, hit the target. He decided that the target was in the crowd. I don't remember who he threw it at. He said a name. He threw it at you. He missed. Lucky you. So that's what he decided was the target. What do you think he was thinking and feeling when I explained the directions and he just kind of went rogue and decided for himself? What were you thinking? If you had been in his shoes and I had told you those directions, what would you have been thinking and feeling? What the heck are you talking about? What else? You would have thrown it back at me. That happens all the time. I get hit a lot. I got hit by one of your teachers this morning. I did the same thing with them. Who else? What else? What? Huh? What's the target? What the heck are we talking about, Logan? What else? Nick, you want to add anything? What were you thinking? What were you feeling? You don't know? You were just in the zone. You're like, hit the target, I'm gonna hit a target, I'm hitting that target. All right, good job, good job. Okay, so contestant number 2, Nisa. She comes walking in, she looks at me, she goes, I never get picked for these things, I didn't think you'd actually pick me, I shouldn't have raised my hand. I said, well, sorry. And I explained the directions to her, take the ball, throw it, hit the target. She's looking. Okay, where is the target? You didn't hear her, she said to me, where's the target? Then I took the ball back and I re-said, word for word, the exact same directions. Yeah, you were still confused. She was smiling, but her eyes were looking at me like, I really kind of want to punch you, bro. Because you're not giving me any help here. And I gave her the ball. Someone said, just throw it in the crowd. She threw it in the crowd. Am I good? And I said, thank you. She wouldn't have had a seat. What do you think she was thinking and feeling? What would you have been thinking and feeling if you had said, where's the target? And then I said, like a total jerk, the exact same directions again to you. What would you have been thinking and feeling? Angry. Good. What else? Would you have been confused? Yes. Okay. What else? She was honestly just kind of annoyed with me. I could tell, and I won't take it personally. It's all good. What else? Holler it out for me. Yeah, that wasn't very helpful. You told me the same thing again. I asked what to do, and you told me the same thing again. What the heck am I supposed to do? Very good. And then finally, the third contestant was Emilio. Where are you, bro? There he is. He comes walking in. He all cheer for him, and he's like, oh yeah. I'm the man in Spain and in Indiana. What's up? What's up? I tell him the directions. Before I even get done with directions, he's like, oh, where's the target? I'm kind of just looking at the screen. He turns around, oh, that target. Bam, nails it. Is that it? He goes, that was easy. Is that it? What took the first 2 so long? Then he goes and has a seat. What was he thinking and feeling when he hit the target? Man, that was easy. What else? Y'all got nothing? What do you feel when you accomplish a goal? How do you feel? Huh? You feel great. What else? Y'all got no ideas? Nothing? Accomplished. You feel a sense of accomplished. You feel motivated. What's next? What else can I do? What else? Anything else? Emilio, how are you feeling? You want to add anything, bro? Not really? Would you agree with that? You felt good? Bam, you hit the target, now I can go sit. Yeah, great job. So what's the point of this game? Check this out. Shh. Y'all. The first influential leadership strategy I want to give you is you've got to extract a goal or a target or a dream. When we go through life, and we've all heard this before, but let's be real. Let's be honest with ourselves. When we go through life without a goal, without a target, without a dream, without something we're striving for, how do we tend to feel? Look at some of our answers for our first 2 contestants. Lost, confused, frustrated, annoyed, angry, not sure what I'm supposed to do. I don't really know what I'm supposed to do, so I'm just going to do something. I'm going to just throw it somewhere at you. Whatever. But we're not sure of ourselves. We're not confident in ourselves. But students, when we go through life with a goal, with a target, with something we're striving for, a direction we want to go, a version of ourselves we want to become, a dream we want to fulfill, we want to achieve, how do we tend to feel? Like contestant number 3, I got this. I can do this. When we hit check marks along the way, as we get closer and closer to our goal, we feel confident. We feel encouraged. We feel inspired. We feel accomplished. I think I already said that. But we feel like, I got this, I can do this. I'm ready to keep going. Y'all, the best way to predict the future is to create it. Best way to predict our future is to create it. Everyone close your eyes real quick. Close your eyes. I want you to try to picture your life 10, 20, 30 years from now. I know it's hard to do, but you're looking back on what you've done so far in your life and you're proud of it. You're standing in your living room of the house that you own. Pretty dope. You're looking out the window at the driveway, those cars in the driveway. Yeah, those are yours too. Nice. You got that significant other that you fell in love with. They're gorgeous. They're in the house with you. Maybe you got kids. I don't know, maybe not. But the point is, we've all got eyes back on me. Eyes back on me. I know that's kind of silly to try to think about that. It feels kind of weird, but let's be honest. If we're really real with ourselves, in our heart of hearts, somewhere deep inside us, we want to have a life that we're proud of. We want to have a life that feels successful, that feels fulfilling. We want to have a life that when we get old, we can look back on and go, I did that the right way. I did that a way that I'm proud of. I did that in a way that, man, I have great memories. I'm leaving a lasting legacy. And it looks different for all of us, whatever that picture looks like. You know, mine's very different from yours. Yours is very different from the person sitting beside you. But if we're really being honest, deep inside every single one of us, we desire to live a life that we're proud of. Now, a lot of times we make decisions that don't lead us towards becoming the best version of ourselves, but because right now in the moment it feels cool, it feels right, but maybe we know long term that's not the best path for me. And that's for you to work through on your own. Do I want to choose now to have a goal, a dream, a target, something I'm striving for? If you can put that in the forefront of your minds right now, students, man, the doors that are going to be open for you, the opportunities that are in front of you are so vast. And the older you get and the more decisions that you make, more and more of those doors are going to close. Right now, you've got endless opportunity in front of you. I can't make you see it for yourself. Your teachers can't make you see it for yourself. Your parents, no matter how successful or not successful they've been, can't make you see it for yourself, but it's there in front of you. For every single one of you in this room. And maybe you're sitting here this morning and you're like, yeah, I get that, man, but you know, what if it goes wrong? What if I go for it and it doesn't work out? What if I fail? What if I'm just like my older brother or older sister who's made some really poor choices and isn't living a great life? What if that's just my destiny? Because that's the way it is in my family. What if? They have all these what ifs. When we have all these what ifs, when we let these what ifs take over our thinking, it's as if we're living our lives in a cardboard box. I mean, how ridiculous would it be if I tried to live my life in this box? I'm trying to walk around. And it's just really awkward. I'm about to bust my butt. I can't do anything in here. But this box, y'all, this box represents my comfort zone. Like, I'm good here. I'm good here. This is status quo. This is easy. You know, I've got solid C's. I'm good. I'll graduate. I'm good. This is comfortable. This is no extra effort. You know, I've got a couple of decent friends. That's about it. You know, I don't really get into trouble, but I don't really try to do anything successful. You know, I've got my followers on Instagram. I'm good. I get like double-digit likes on every post. I'm good. Really, I'm good. Yeah, my squad in Fortnite, we got 150 wins. I'm good. Yeah. Yo, legit though, I've got over 400 wins in Fortnite. If you want to squad up, let me know. Squad up. Or Apex Legends. I'm downloading it tonight when I get home. Whatever. I haven't played it yet, so I got 0 wins. But let me get back to what I'm saying, y'all. I'm getting off course talking about video games. This box, I call it the what if box because this is our comfort zone. Our dreams, our goals, our aspirations, real success real success, achieving a life that we're proud of, doing things that maybe we didn't think we were capable of, being stretched past what we thought we could be stretched to. You know, that opportunity that's in front of us is outside of our comfort zones. It is, because we haven't experienced it yet. Maybe you've grown up, you've lived your whole life in this town, you've grown up going to school with all the same people, this is all you know. And that's okay, this is your comfort zone right now. But just around the corner, you've got opportunities that you can choose to step out into the unknown and go for, to achieve your dreams, your goals, your targets. But if you choose not to get out of this comfort zone, you're letting these what-ifs win. We're letting what we fear defeat us and keep us in this box. Man, no one in my family's ever been to college. I don't need to either. No one in my family's ever been that successful. There's no way I will either. None of my friends have any dreams or goals or targets. Why should I? And when we do that, we're settling for the comfort zone. We're settling for easy. We're settling for status quo. And you're letting your potential, which every one of you has so much of, pass you by. I hope you don't stay in this what-if box. I first learned this lesson, and really all of us did at different points growing up. When I was 10 years old, this is when I really first learned this lesson. When we turned 10 in my family, we go to Six Flags over Georgia, which is our big roller coaster theme park in Atlanta, Georgia. We go to Six Flags, and Dad takes us to ride the Mind Bender, which is a roller coaster with an upside-down loop. It's going to be our first roller coaster that goes upside down. Big deal in my family. I'm the youngest in my family. So my older sister, she's 2 years older than me. When she turned 10, she was pumped, she was ready to go. They went, they rode the Mind Bender, had a blast, rode like every other ride she was tall enough to ride in the park. They had a great time. Me, 2 years later, I was a total wuss growing up. I mean, total. I was scared of everything. Dad comes in my room, it's like 10 o'clock in the morning, I'm still in bed, it's my birthday, still in bed. He wakes me up, he's like, come on man, let's go, we're going to Six Flags, you're riding the Mind Bender, bro. I'm like, oh no, Dad, I don't feel very good. I need to stay in bed. He's like, son, shut up, you were playing baseball with your friends yesterday, get out of bed, we're going to the park. So I get out of bed, I get dressed, we get in the car, we're heading down to the park. Y'all, I'm freaking out. I'm convinced this is the day I'm going to die. Thank you, Planet Earth, for hosting me for a decade. I made it to double digits, but there's no, I'm going to die today. I was so scared. We get to the park, we go walking in, I'm freaking out. We go walking past like the little kids section of the park. I'm like, Dad, bro, can we start with some of these rides? You know, like some warm-up rides? He's like, son, shut up, you're a man now, you're 10 years old. We're riding the Mind Bender, let's go. We keep walking. We walk past another roller coaster that doesn't have any upside down loops, but it's a roller coaster. I'm thinking, yo, compromise. Come on, can we ride this one first? He's like, son, for the last time, shut up. You're a man, you're 10 years old, we're riding the Mind Bender. Let's go. We keep going, yo, I'm dripping in sweat. My birthday's in November. There's no reason for me to be sweating. I'm just this scared. I'm freaking out. We get to the line, and those of you that have been to theme parks, you've experienced this, you know, you go back and forth through the line, and it takes forever, right? You're just going back and forth. It's like a 30-minute wait for the 2-minute ride. Going back and forth, and this line, as you get closer and closer to the ride, in front of you is the upside-down loop, or as my dad called it, the loop of death. Just to scare me even more. So the entire 30 minutes we're waiting to get on this ride as we're getting closer and closer, and I'm freaking out. All I can see is train after train full of screaming people going through the loop of death. You know, hats, keys, wallets, teeth, hair, falling off people as they go through the loop of death. Now I'm like, yo, I'm dead. This is it. No way. There's just no way. We're getting closer and closer. Train after train after train. Finally, we get up to the little station or whatever it's called when it's time for you to get on the ride. You know what I'm talking about. And we're supposed to, you know, pick where we want to sit as we're getting closer. Do we want to wait for the front row or the back row or somewhere in the middle? Well, I didn't want to ride on the front row, because everyone knows it hangs over the tracks before it drops down the hills, and that just freaked me out. And I didn't want to ride on the back row, Because some of the big kids in line were talking about how it gets going so fast, it jumps the tracks. No thank you. So I guess as close to the middle as we can. It's little like 2-person rows all the way down, just 2 people per row. So it's just me and my dad next to each other. We sit down, and that thing, I don't know what it's called, that's supposed to protect you, starts lowering itself. It's just a bar. It's like, and there's like a foot of space between me and the bar. I'm like, Dad, I'm gonna go flying out of this thing. There's so much room here. He's like, shut up, just hold on tight. I'm being a wuss. So I've got like a death grip on this bar. I'm not letting go. Freaking out. The air brakes are released. The train starts moving. We start going up that first hill. My dad is so that guy, and we all know that guy. Some of you might be that guy, that every time you're on a ride, as soon as it starts, this is you from start to finish. I mean, we've gone like 4 feet. Dad's got his hands straight up in the air, screaming at the top of his lungs. Me, I burst into tears. I'm like, and when I cry, y'all, I don't just cry, I'm an ugly crier. I'm an ugly crier. And my wife makes fun of me. I'm that guy that, like, you know the videos, you've all seen it, like the YouTube videos of the military guy or gal that comes home and their dog greets them and the dog freaks out? Oh, I'm crying every time I see those videos. Like, commercials get me. I'm just such a crier. And I don't just like teardrops. I'm like, So this is me on the roller coaster, weeping. We're barely going up the first hill. I'm crying my face off. I don't just cry, like tears come down my face, shoot out of my eyeballs, and snot pours out of my nose. I mean, it's ugly. It's ugly. So I'm crying literally my face off next to my dad, who's and I'm expecting this tender, loving father-son moment, because he looks at me and he notices that I'm losing. He kind of pauses his screaming, hands still up in the air. I look back at him. You know, I'm waiting for this, father-son, it's okay, little buddy. You got this. You're a big boy now. You're 10 years old, or whatever. Some encouraging thing from my dad. No, he just looks at me and starts laughing. He's laughing at me. He turns back, facing back up. I'm still crying my face off. Finally, we get to the top of the hill. We get to the top of the hill, and it's got one of those little fake-out dips, like a little, you kind of lose your stomach for a second. Just a little drop. And then we're coming around nice and slow around the bend, and there's trees going up through the turn, which looked really cool back then. I've since learned Six Flags just takes really poor care of their rides. But coming around the corner, as we come around the bend, we're at the top of this massive hill. I see it. I see it at the bottom of the hill. What am I looking at? The loop of death. The loop of freaking death. Well, finally we come over the crest of the hill. We come flying down. Whoa! We hit the hill. Whoa! If I could do a backflip, I would so do it right now, but I can't do one. Just pretend. Ah! We go through the backflip. We hit a turn. We come down another hill. I think the tracks are broken there, Dad. No, that's a corkscrew. Never heard of that. Whoa! We come around another turn, down another hill. At the bottom of this hill, there's a second loop of death. You didn't tell me there were 2. We hit the second loop of death. Ah! We come around another bend, another hill, another turn. Finally, we get back to the station. The air brakes catch. Shh. Y'all, I've got like snot all in my hair. You know, I'm cleaning myself off. Tears still coming out of my eyes, but a huge smile on my face. Huge smile. I look at my dad, and what do you think I said to my dad? Let's do it again. No, that's why everyone guesses. I said, I'm alive! And then I said, let's do it again. And we took off running, we got back in line as fast as we could. Y'all, I grew like 8 inches taller that day. I had my 10-year-old swag on. Yeah. Oh yeah. I felt like the freaking man. I started flirting with some 13-year-old ladies in front of me. I was 10. I'm like, oh, what's up, ladies? Is this your first time riding the Mindbender? Oh, it's nothing. I've been riding this ride for, I don't even know how long. you got this. You'll be all right. I was B-M-O-R-C. I was the big man on the roller coaster. I felt awesome. I felt so good about myself. And that's the thing with our goals, y'all, our dreams, our targets, our aspirations. When we get out of our comfort zones. Yeah, I'm talking about a silly story with the roller coaster. But this holds true in life. All the things you've got coming up, all the opportunities, all the things that you're going to be scared of, that are going to strike fear in you. You know, that new job, that presentation you have to make, going off to college, going off to trade school, joining the military, whatever it is. Whatever, when you close your eyes, when you think about what your life will look like, the steps it's going to take for you to get there, when you start making those steps that pull you out of that comfort zone, whatever it is, you're going to be scared. You might be crying the whole way on the inside. You may be covered in snot like I was. But more often than not, you're going to get through it and go, hey, I'm okay. I got this. I did it. What's next? Let's do it again. And every time we have that moment of, oh my gosh, I can do this. I did this. I'm closer to my goals. I'm closer to my dreams. That comfort zone grows with us. And then the next step in the journey, it's going to require us to step out of that comfort zone again, into another unknown. So on and so forth. Does that make sense? But don't let your fears, so many students across the country, let their fears keep them planted right here. And they don't get out of their comfort zone and try new things. And do things that in their hearts they want to do, but they're scared. What if they laugh at me? What if I fail? What if I'm not good enough? What if I don't like it when I get there? So on and so forth. Now sometimes you're going to try to step out of the comfort zone and it's not going to go so great. It's not going to be like the roller coaster and you're like, I got this. Other times you're going to step out and, bust it on the way out. And embarrass yourself and completely fail. Students, I want to be honest with you. Eyes and ears on me. It would be easy for me to stand up here and be like, go for your dreams, go for your goals, you got this, just work hard, you'll make it. The reality is yes. Yes, I want you to go for your goals, go for your dreams. Yes, I want you to work hard. But the reality is you're gonna fail and fail and fail some more. But don't let the failure stop you. Every single one of you is going to fail. But your failure does not define you as a failure. You failed in that moment. There's a lesson to be learned in that failure, whatever it is. Oh, a new way. I need to try harder. I should have done this. I should have done that. This is where I went wrong. Whatever the lesson is, if you look for it, you'll find it. But y'all, at times, you're going to fail, but none of you is a failure. I want you to repeat after me. At times I will fail. Oh, come on, that was so freaking lame. Try again. Okay, all together. At times I will fail. I'm not hearing this side. At times I will fail. But I am not a failure. I'm not a failure. Do you believe that? I can't make you believe that. I can't. I can stand up here until I'm blue in the face and tell you that, but if you don't believe it, whatever. It's all between your ears, man. It is. It's all between your ears. More on that later. We'll come back to that. Second strategy, expose yourself to winners. What do I mean by this one? Surround yourself with people that are winsome. People that have a winsome attitude. Athletes in the room. You ever had a coach tell you, attitude's everything? Or you ever heard that phrase? Anyone? Attitude is everything. I want to change it. Attitude is contagious. Attitude is contagious, students. We're all the carriers of something, right? With our attitudes. What is it? Who has complete control of your attitude at all times? You do. Not anyone else. There are so many things that are out of our control that we worry about and try to control, but one of the things that we can't control, that we fail to control a lot of the time, is our attitudes. And the attitude you bring to the table is contagious. It influences the people around you in this building. And if you buy that, if you buy the attitude is contagious, my question to you, is yours worth catching I got a friend, one of my good friends, her name's Taylor. We're all at a wedding this past summer, right? I'm from Georgia, so it's hot as crap in Georgia. And it's like 100 degrees, super humid. Me and my wife, we're hanging out over here. We're done with the ceremony. It's the fun part, the reception, the dancing, the drinks, the food, all the good stuff. So we're hanging out over here. We're talking with some friends. We got the dance floor right here. It's the awkward part of the wedding where no one has started dancing yet. You got like the one mom with the kids standing on her feet, you know, and no one else is on the dance floor. Kind of awkward. But eventually we'll all start dancing. My friend Taylor, she's hanging out over here talking to some other people. And she's got a short dress on, you know, it's a summer wedding. She's got high heels. She's just poured herself a tall glass of red wine because she's 21 and up. She's like 25. And she's having a good time talking to some people, enjoying herself. Well, in the middle of the dance floor, there's this kid, Ethan. He's about 12. And y'all, he can freaking dance. And he's getting it on the dance floor. And I'm over here like, dude, this is dope, man. This guy's killing it. I'm totally distracted from my conversation. I have no clue what my wife and everyone else is saying. I'm just watching this guy dance. I'm like, this is awesome. I'm like, everyone needs to watch. Why isn't everyone watching? So I get it started. I'm like, go Ethan, go Ethan, go Ethan, go Ethan. My buddy's going, go Ethan, go Ethan. Ethan's up here like, yeah, go me. I'm the man, I'm the man. He feels awesome. He goes for his signature move. His awkward white boy signature move, okay? This is what he does. We're cheering for him. Go Ethan, go Ethan. He decides in the middle of the wedding, he's gonna do the worm. So Ethan starts doing the worm across the dance floor. And I'm like, dude, you're crazy. Who does the worm at a wedding? But this is dope. Like, yeah, go Ethan, this is awesome. Do you remember who's standing over here? High heels, short dress, tall glass of red wine. My friend Taylor, yeah. Well, she wraps up her conversation, only God knows why. She wrapped up her conversation right now and turns to start walking this way. Well, Ethan, remember, he's worming along, coming this way. And I'm over here, everything's going into slow motion. I'm like, oh dear Jesus, no. Wait, slow down, no. It's too late. And let's be real, part of me is like, yes, yes, Clyde, fall, yes. I'm sick, I love watching people fall. I love those YouTube compilations of people just like running into things, falling, hurting themselves, skateboarders that land on the rail, and like all of that is just the most awesome thing to me. As long as it's not happening to me. So, they collide. Taylor goes flying up into the air, heels kicking off in opposite directions. Her glass of wine goes up into the air, spilling on her, shattering on the dance floor. Wine ruins everything, so her dress is done, ruined. Spills all over her, shatters on the dance floor. She lands on her back, legs in the air. Did you miss that? Oh my God. It was hilarious, but oh my God, like the whole place stopped. Like the DJ's like everything stops, everyone freezes. I can only imagine how humiliating that would be. Those of you that have worn dresses know how humiliating that had to be for her in that moment, right? Well, Ethan, face turns blood red and he takes off running. I don't know where he's going. We're in the middle of Nowheresville, Georgia. He can't drive. But he's out of there. He's gone. Taylor, woo-hoo-hoo, she is mad. She takes off after him. She doesn't even fix her dress or her hair or anything or grab her shoes. She takes off running after him. And this girl can fly. He doesn't even make it out of the reception hall. And we all know what's coming, right? I mean, I'm sitting there going, I think I'm about to witness a murder at a wedding. This is crazy. Am I an accomplice? I mean, I got the little guy riled up. This is my fault. She takes off running after him. He doesn't even make it out of the hall. She grabs his arm, she spins him around, and she gives him a big old hug. She starts laughing. She starts laughing so hard, she starts crying. I think it was a mix of how hilarious it was, and she was super embarrassed. So she's laughing and crying. Ethan, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry. And she's like, chill, chill, chill. No, stop, stop. It's fine. It's my fault too. I ran into you. You were the one killing it on the dance floor. I didn't know you were such a good dancer. Like, dude, you're the man. That was awesome. Come on, come dance with me. I think they've already cleaned all the glass off the floor. Come on, come dance with me. Let's have a good time. She had the presence of mind to know in that moment that her attitude was contagious and in her control, even though she was feeling uncomfortable, upset, embarrassed, and so on. She had the presence of mind to know I could make a scene right now and let this kid have it, and no one would stop me, and everyone would understand why. I wouldn't have blamed her, would you? That was super embarrassing. Yeah, let him have it. Slap him in the face. It'll be more entertaining. Come on. But she knew if she made a scene, that our two friends who had just gotten married, all they remember from their wedding is this scene. And she didn't want them to remember that. She wants their day to be perfect. It's their wedding. She had the presence of mind to keep her attitude in her control and keep having a good time. I was recently on a flight with my wife. We're flying out to California, and there's a baby on the row behind us, screaming, crying, totally pissing me off. I'm like, this baby needs to shut up. I'm getting so mad. I'm sitting there like, this baby needs to shut up. We're on this flight for 5 hours. This is crazy. My wife elbows me in the rib cage and goes, hey, that's a baby. It can't control its attitude. You're an adult. You can control yours. I have a great attitude the rest of the flight, you better believe it. But how true is that? There are so many things that are out of our control, but one of the things that is the attitude that you bring to the table every day. I hope you choose to bring a positive attitude so you can be a positive influence on this school. Why? Because words matter, y'all. And from our attitude, our words are born. Our attitude that's in our soul and our heart inside of us is where our words are born, and words impact our relationships. Would you agree that positive, encouraging, uplifting words bring about better relationships? Yeah, duh, right? Negative, mean, ugly words bring negative relationships. So words impact relationships. Check this out, it builds on itself. Relationships impact culture. Culture is just kind of how our school is, the general feel of our school, the way we get along, the way we interact, our traditions, the way we treat each other, all of that builds up culture, okay? So relationships impact culture. And finally, culture impacts results. Your teachers can be the best teachers on the planet. Your administrators can be the best administrators on the planet. They can bring in motivational speakers like me to come talk to you guys. But really the reality is, the results that every one of you are achieving is totally dependent on you and none of us. It's totally on you. And there's a direct correlation that can be drawn back to the words we choose, and it's a choice, the words we choose to speak to each other, at each other, about each other, what we post online, the Snapchats we send, all of that has a direct correlation to the results we achieve, because all of that contributes to the relationships that we're building. The relationships we build impact the culture that we cultivate, and the culture we cultivate is one of the largest determining factors of the results we achieve. The way you treat each other can make a huge impact on the results you achieve, and trust me, it's a big world. There's enough room for every single one of you to be successful. So you may as well treat each other the best way possible. Finally, number 3, exclude negative thoughts. Man, our negative thoughts, they can totally weigh us down. They can keep us from stepping out of that what-if box, out of that comfort zone. So what I want you to do is think about what you think about. All day long, every day, we've got thoughts flying through our heads. Zoom, 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 zoom. Thoughts. There's nothing you can do to keep a thought from popping in your head, right? Are you with me? Eyes and ears on me, come on. Come on, we're almost done. Some of you are squirming like you're getting uncomfortable because I'm getting too real with you. Stay with me. For real. I want you to listen to this. This is the most important thing I'm about to teach you right now. I want you to think about what you think about. There's so many thoughts that pop in our head. We can't do anything about the thoughts that pop in your head. We got like 4 bajillion a day. You know, weird thought, funny thought, awkward thought, totally mean thought, food, I want a nap, weird thought, funny thought, right? All these thoughts. There's nothing you can do to keep a thought from popping up in your head. Shh. but you can choose whether or not you allow that thought to plant itself between your ears and grow. And so many students across the country, your age, allow the thoughts of insecurity that we all have plant themselves between their ears. And maybe you get up in the morning, you're getting ready for school, you look at yourself in the mirror and you say to yourself, I wish I had her hair. I wish I had his body. I wish I had her personality. I wish I had his sense of humor. I wish I had her laugh. I wish I had his athleticism. I wish I had her beauty. So on and so forth. Shh. And if we're really being real, a lot of the time we're thinking about all the pieces that we perceive that we don't have, that we think we don't have, instead of appreciating the masterpiece that every single one of you already is. Your teachers see it, I see it, your administrators see it, every single one of you is dripping with potential. You have so much potential to be great, but you have to see it for yourself to be able to use it. Or you can go, oh, whatever, and not try and stay right there in that box and not do much with your life. I'm telling you, that's your choice. You're there. You're young adults. You're at that point where it's time to start thinking about who do I want to be, where do I want to go. I'm going to be on my own soon. What kind of life do I want to live? So sit up straight, look at the screen. Legit. Most important thing I'm teaching you right now. This is the X Factor. This is why the name of this program is the X Factor. This is the freaking secret sauce to life right here. So I call this the cycle of awesome. Kind of a cheesy name, whatever. I know. Check this out. All of us, shh, every eye and ear up here, y'all can do it for 2 minutes. Every single one of us has possibilities and potential in front of us. Potential to be great, potential to be successful, potential to live a life that we're proud of, and you've got so many possibilities in front of you. That's where every one of you is right now. That's where you are. Now, to make your potential and to take the possibilities you have and turn them into a reality in your life, it takes action. That's kind of a duh, right? Yeah, it takes me doing something to make things happen. Duh, absolutely. I told y'all, all this is real easy. So I got potential, I got possibilities in front of me, I got all these doors open for me that I can walk through. It takes actions for me to turn those into a reality, right? Actions bring results. Again, duh. Either they're the results we want, we made this a reality, or they're the results we don't want. Because maybe our actions were lacking. Or maybe we failed and there's a lesson to learn and we need to try again, right? But here's the kicker, here's the key. And really the cycle of awesome, it ends here, but it also starts here. This is the most important part. And it's our thoughts, students. Do you believe in your potential? Do you believe, shh, come on, stay with me. Do you believe in your potential? Do you believe that there are doors in front of you that you can walk through for success, that you can walk through to live a life that you're proud of? Because there is. They're in front of you. They're there. There's so many opportunities in front of you. You got to just choose to go for them. Do you really believe in it? If you don't, well, if you don't, your actions, they'll be half-hearted. They won't be full effort. They're not going to try your best. When they're half-hearted and you don't try your best, you're not going to get the results you want. When you don't get the results you want, that reinforces that negative thinking we already had. Yeah, I didn't think I could do this. I tried. It didn't happen. Yeah, I was right. I'm not good enough. That's not for me. Whatever. I'll just hang out with the status quo. Or if you really believe I can do this, I'm going to give it everything I've got. When you give your actions everything you've got, sure there may be some failures on the way, but I'm going to keep trying. I'm going to keep giving it my all. We start getting results we want. When we start getting results we want, it reinforces that thought. Man, I told myself I could do this. I did this. I'm making this a reality. I want to keep going. I got this. I'm hungry for this. I'm going to fight for this. Listen to any interview with any CEO, any professional athlete. They all talk about their self-belief and their drive to make their potential a reality in their lives. Success is in front of you. I hope you give it everything you've got to get there. And then finally, let me close with this. Extend a helping hand. In this room, we've got different races, we've got different genders, we've got different ethnicities, different sexual orientations. We've got all these differences, right? But you know what we're the same on? When we get cut, we bleed the same blood. We do. We're all human. We all have insecurities. We all have failures. We all have successes. There's so much more that unifies us than divides us. And we spend so much time focusing on what divides us. Let me close with this story. A couple years ago, I was in Ohio about to do a couple of school assemblies. It was the day before Halloween. And I was speaking at 2 different high schools on Halloween in Ohio. Hanging out in my hotel room. And this was kind of the moment for me where, this was 2 years ago, I wasn't sure if I loved what I was doing. I wasn't sure if I believed in this and coming to do this. I was just kind of, I wasn't believing in my cycle of awesome. But this story is what really nailed it home for me. So I'm sitting in my hotel room, I'm on Snapchat. And that was when Snapchat first came out with My Story, which it's been there forever now. You know, all the different My Stories that are automatically there for you. You can subscribe to some of them. You know what I'm talking about? Yes? Okay. So I'm clicking through some of those. One of them was a news story that was something that had happened in Ohio about an hour from where I was. And I'm like, I gotta read this story. It's about this little girl, Bethany. She's 10 years old. She's a total rock star. When Bethany was 4, she was diagnosed with brain cancer. By the time she was 10, she had beaten it. What a freaking hero, right? Yeah, isn't that dope? Yeah, good for Bethany. Time out. I'm reading this story, I'm like, oh my gosh, that's incredible. Like, what a tough hand to be dealt, right? That early in life, she's got brain cancer. That's tough. That's tough for her, that's tough for her family. I can't imagine going through that. Well, she beat it, but the treatment that helped her beat it left her with a quote-unquote not normal smile to everyone else. When she smiled, her face kind of turned a little crooked. She couldn't just smile. Her muscles in her face worked differently now as a result of her treatment, so her smile looked different from everyone else's. Well, her 10-year-old classmates thought this was funny and used it to bully her and make fun of her and tear her down. This girl's cycle of awesome was off the charts, man. She beat cancer. She can do anything in life. But her classmates chose to focus on her crooked smile and make fun of her and tear her down for it. And it started changing her thoughts. It started changing the way she thought about her potential for her life. She worked hard to not smile at school because she didn't want to get made fun of. She just tried to be invisible and not smile because she was sick of getting made fun of. But with Snapchat and Instagram and Twitter and all the other apps, there's no getting away from bullying. There isn't. And those of you that are doing the bullying or receiving it, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Those private messages that get sent. That Snapchat that you know that's going to disappear. We can be real ugly to each other if we choose to be. Man, she finally had enough of it. That Friday, it was a Sunday, Halloween was on a Monday, so that Friday, a couple days before, Bethany had enough. She went home after school, she was sick of getting made fun of for her smile. She found Daddy's gun, and she took her life. Now I'm reading this story, y'all, weeping in my hotel room. My heart breaking for her family, for her community. Y'all, that was the moment for me that galvanized my resolve for coming to do this. And y'all have been great. I go to some schools sometimes, they don't listen to a word I say, they talk over me the whole time. Thank you for the respect and engagement that you've given me this morning. I so appreciate it. Y'all are an incredible school. You are. You're better than most I go to. That's the truth. Don't tell the other ones in Indiana I've been to. But check this out. I don't want to close on just a bummer of a story, but it's real. That's real life. That happened. That little girl took her life. because she was getting bullied at school for something she couldn't control. There are so many things that make up who we are, the way we are, that are out of our control. Our looks, the way we talk, the way we look, the way we sound, so on and so forth, that make us different. And if we choose to focus on those differences and try to tear each other down, we're not doing anything good for each other. But man, I hope that every one of you takes to heart that every single one of you has a cycle of awesome. And the way you treat each other can positively or negatively influence everyone else's cycle of awesomes in them. And so I hope you choose this morning and the rest of this school year to extend a helping hand, be there for each other, support each other, be kind to each other, uplift each other. Choose to have a good attitude. Choose to exclude negative thoughts and chase after your dreams and your goals and your targets. Thank you so much for having me. Y'all have a great rest of your day.